What does it mean to infantilize someone? This word is coming up for me a lot lately. Infantilizing someone. It is making someone a child. It is making someone not responsible for themselves as a grown-ass adult. And we do this to men. Boys will be boys, stuff like that. We also do this to Trump voters, in my opinion. Last night I spoke at an Indivisible group and someone asked me how I speak to MaGA supporters, how we find common ground. And I said, we are dealing with a different set of facts. I think it's a waste of my time and energy. I don't do that. And someone who has run for political office actually stood up and talked about bridging the divide, knocking on the MaGA door and talking with them about things, which is great. We're allowed to disagree. We can all have our own opinions. But for me, I feel like liberals and people on the left are giving MaGA far too much grace and mercy. Far more grace and mercy than they have ever shown anybody else in their lives. I harp on this a lot, and perhaps I'm neurodivergent. I think I might have a touch of autism, and I was never diagnosed. He did not win the 2020 election. He lied. There was an attempted coup. When he was the president of the United States, he sat for hours while the Capitol was attacked and waited to see if his guys would win before he called it off. That is fucked up. And these people voted for him. They voted for someone who did that. They took a plane full of human beings without a trial, without anything, and flew them to a prison in El Salvador. That is fucked up. And these people do not deserve our mercy. They do not deserve our empathy, in my opinion. Perhaps I will come around one day. I'm not there yet. Right now, I'm still in the middle of the fact that I don't hear them fucking apologizing. I don't see them waking up. And I know they're in a cult. I get that. Since when are people not responsible for joining a cult? People that know me and love me rather have an intervention because they think I'm crazy, rather than perhaps investigating their own belief systems. If they're in a cult, why is it on me to get them out? I don't fucking care. Why should I waste 1 ounce of my breath and energy trying to deprogram a MaGA cultist when I could spend that time trying to make the world better for people who deserve my grace and mercy? I had very sweet people last night saying, well, we have to learn to talk to them so that we can help them get out of the cult. It was just so sweet. And I didn't say it to her, but I was like, why? Do we? Why is that on us to get them out of a cult? They're fucking grown-ups. And I have had to turn this over my whole life. My mom commits suicide. I have had to deal with the fact that people make shitty choices, and that is on them. I could not have stopped my mother. Her death is not on me. Her death is on her. And that's unfortunate. Their vote is on them. They have tools available. You can turn off Fox News. You can read news sources. You can go to Ground News or All Sides and see the spectrum of news out there and try to decipher the truth. You can try a little bit harder to decide who is lying to you and who is not. And they have chosen to not do that. Why do they deserve our grace and mercy for being lazy human beings? All of the things people throw at me, they're dealing with a different set of facts than us. Yeah, by choice. They are the ones who have insulated themselves in their own fucking echo chamber. I don't do that. I don't. I am very careful about who I let influence my head. Why should I forgive them for not doing the same? They are not children. They are grown-ups. They have no remorse. They have no signs of actually trying to join reality with the rest of us. They don't investigate things. They're still lying and throwing out bullshit rhetoric. They're trying to give healthcare to illegal immigrants. Bullshit! You dumb fuck. Obviously, that's not true. They don't even have to try hard to get you people to repeat their lies. It's pathetic. It's pathetic that you have sold out our entire fucking country for nothing. For tax cuts for the rich. Congratulations. I don't care if you die in your cult. I don't. Am I a horrible person? I don't think so. I just am pragmatic and understand that I only have so much energy, so much compassion to give, and I'm not going to waste it on MaGA. I'll quote the Bible, don't throw your pearls before swine. Why should I throw my pearls, my precious energy, my precious effort before people who would just shit on them anyway? Before people who are cheering the dehumanization of fellow human beings. I don't owe them a goddamn thing. And we don't need them by the numbers. Again, we don't. 77 million of them, 75 million of us, 90 million people who didn't vote. And then there's that really annoying 3 million people who voted third party. And I'm not even including them in my calculations either. They might as well be MaGA. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, let's stop infantilizing grown-ass human beings. They have the ability to think critically. And if they don't, they have the ability to try to learn. We have never in the history of the world had more access to information. And they willfully choose to remain ignorant and hate-filled. They're not worth our time. And that's the thing I think a lot of you are really struggling with is you don't want to say something that horrible about people in your life. And that's your journey. I've been on that journey. I have had horrible people in my life hurt me deeply. And I had to learn from a very young age, not everybody is worth having in your life. It's okay to cut people out. And in terms of winning this battle for the soul of America, our time is much better spent trying to engage and get a whole group of disenchanted people energized than trying to deprogram people who are happily sitting in their cults.